Today, I want to show you one of the modeling techniques that we have in Autodesk Inventor. Um, what I'm going to start off with is a skeleton file, which I'm going to create all my bodies, as we call them. And then from that, I'm going to take my bodies and create actual components in an assembly file. What I'm also going to show you today is how we can mix and match normal 3D modeling, like extrusions and revolutions, with sheet metal components as well in a multi-body part. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've created my two sketches over here, and I'm going to go create a lofted flange. This lofted flange is going to represent just two sides of this mask that I'm creating. So once I've created the first flange, I'm going to go create my second lofted flange. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to say create a new solid. So now what we've actually created over here is two solid bodies, as specified over here in the folder. Solid bodies, solid 91 and 92. I actually want to give this a name, and you'll see why I'm naming it here a bit later in the workflow. I'm just going to say left flange and right flange. Once I've created that, I'm just going to go and just make visible a sketch that I've previously created over here. And with the sketch, I'm going to create a sort of a step ladder, what we call cleat. So with this, I'm going to go to my normal 3D modeling. I'm just going to go do a normal extrusion over here. Now you'll notice that it actually doesn't give a preview for my extrusion, because what it wants is for me to either select an existing solid body so that I can add to that, or it will allow me to create over there, solid body, or allow me to create a new solid body over there. Select that. You'll see that it gives me a preview. I'm going to say both ways and select OK. Now what I want to do is I want to go and create a pattern in this direction on this axis that I've created over here, so that I can create more than one step. Going to my the rectangular pattern, I'm able to go and select it. Now, if I take a look at this, there's no options here for me to create a new solid body, because when I do take this out into the assembly file, I want it to be, different parts in the assembly. To do that, I select my pattern solids, and on my pattern solids, what I'll do is either join to an existing body or create new bodies. With my solid still selected, I select the solid, and then I say I want this to create new bodies. Then select the direction 1, select the direction I want it in to be, and then I'm going to say, right, I want 12, the number of steps, and I want it to be 150 apart. Select OK, and you'll see there that it creates those steps all the way to the top over there. Okay, so now I'm ready for the next part. To take these solid bodies over here and export it out to my assembly environment, I go to my Manage tab, and in that under Layout panel, I go Make Components. Now it asks me to select the components that I want, and I can just go and Windows select everything in here. You'll see it selects everything, and it's also renamed left flange and right flange over here, keeping all the solid names, naming convention constant. Then the main target name, I'm just going to say this needs to be masked. And then the target assembly location under D Projects MGFX. Select Next brings me up to this Make Components Bodies dialog box. Now it tells me here that the selected bodies are these bodies over here. And then the component names is going to be this over here. So then if I wanted to go say solid 93 would be step. Okay. It'll rename that to now solid 93 will be step.ipt. I'm going to leave the rest the same. I'm going to show you how we can manipulate these later on in the work process. So here you can see that you can go change it from a sheet metal part to a standard IPT part. I'm going to keep this all the same over here and hit on apply. So what it's done now, it's converted all those components, bodies in the part into components. If I go to my mask.iam file over here, you'll see there that it's created this file with the different steps over here. And as well as it's taken and made the name of parts that I've changed, left flange, right flange, plus the step which I changed during the process, the conversion process, and then solid 94. I can then go and select the file, change it to a different material over here as well. Iron grey, just okay. And then with this, click on save, say where I want to save it. So in this whole process, you see how I've taken a single body, our skeleton file, and was able to mix and match both sheet metal and normal solid modeling sort of workflows to make an assembly of these components, both sheet metal and normal solid bodies. I go to my bill of materials. You'll see that I've got left flange, right flange, and then step, and then all my solids. Now I can go and manipulate this bill of materials over here so that I can see the correct bill of materials or the correct quantities. So for instance, you can see there I've got step 1, but I've got solid 94, 95. So I'm going to go change, I'm going to copy this part number over here and then go and paste this. And then you'll see it will give me the correct number of steps available to over here. So that's just a quick way to get from a part with a number of bodies in Autodesk Inventor and create a whole lot of components in an assembly. Thank you very much for watching.